Today we are discussing the binomial theorem. In the binomial theorem, suppose if x and y are the two real numbers and if n is any positive integer, then the statement of the binomial theorem will be x plus y whole raised to n equal to c of n comma 0 into x raised to n into y raised to 0 plus c of n comma 1 into x raised to n minus 1 into y raised to 1 plus c of n comma 2 into x raised to n minus 2 into y raised to 2. So on c of n comma r into x raised to n minus r into y raised to r plus so on c of n comma n x raised to n minus n into y raised to n is the statement of the binomial theorem. Here the statement of the binomial theorem will be proved by the mathematical induction. So by the mathematical induction, first we have to be taken a n equal to 1. For the n equal to 1, LHS is x plus y whole raised to 1 is x plus y. RHS is, so C of when n equal to 1, 1 comma 0 is 1, x raised to 1, y raised to 0 is 1. So remaining term is x. Next, C of 1 comma 1 is 1. X raised to 1 minus 1 is 0, x raised to 0 is 1 into y raised to 1 is y. When come to the next term, then it becomes c of 1 comma 2. As we know the restriction that in the c of n comma r, n is always greater than or equal to r, not a less than of r. If n is less than r, then the combination will becomes a 0. So by that we have an RHS is also x plus y. And we declare that the result is true for n equal to 1. So next we have to assume that the result is true for n equal to m. So in generally in the previous mathematical induction we have taken a n equal to k. Instead of here we are taking a n equal to m. That is only the difference here. Nothing else be done here. Now replace all the terms in the statement. Wherever the n, replace it by m. X plus y whole raised to m, c of m comma 0, x raised to m into y raised to 0, c of m comma 1, x raised to m minus 1 into y raised to 1, so on, plus c of m comma r into x raised to m minus r into y raised to r, plus c of m comma m into x raised to m minus m into y raised to m. So next we have to be prove that the result is true for m plus 1. To make the RHS of the x plus y whole raised to m to the x raised plus y whole raised to m plus 1, we have to multiply the x plus y on both sides of the above equation. We get. So LHS is also multiplied by the x plus y, and in the RHS also we are multiplying the x plus y. Now we have to be open the bracket here. See here, we are multiplying both sides of the equation by the x plus y. Now we have to open this x plus y with this bracket. So when you open the bracket, entire terms of the equations are first multiplied by the x. Then entire terms of the brackets will multiplied by y. First I am multiplying the entire terms by the x. Now the equation is c of m comma 0 into x raised to m into x is x raised to m plus 1 into y raised to 0 plus c of m comma 1 x raised to m minus 1 into x raised to 1 is x raised to m into y raised to 1 plus so on c of m comma r into x raised to m minus r into x is x raised to m minus r plus 1 into y raised to r plus so on c of m comma m. X raised to m minus m is 0. So x raised to 0 into x is x raised to 1 into y raised to m. Now we are multiplying the entire terms by the y plus c of m comma 0 x raised to m into y raised to 0 into y is y plus c of m comma 1 x raised to m minus 1 y raised to 1 into y square so on, plus C of m comma r x raised to m minus r into y raised to r plus, sorry, y raised to r into y is y raised to r plus 1, so on, plus C of m comma m x raised to m minus m into y raised to y into y raised to m is y raised to m plus 1. Now see here, x raised to m plus 1 into y raised to 0, x raised to m into y raised to 1. Here also it is x raised to m into y. By lefting the first term as it is, keep the first term as it is, C of m comma 0, x raised to m plus 1 into y raised to 0. In this first term, in the term x raised to m into y raised to 1, here also it is x raised to m into y raised to 1. Take the x raised to m into y raised to 1 as a common. Remaining is C of m comma 1 plus C of m comma 0 into x raised to m into y raised to 1. So next term is C of m comma 2 x raised to m into y raised to 2, and here it is also x raised to m minus 1 into y raised to 2. Now it becomes C of m comma 2 plus C of m comma 1 into x raised to m minus 1 into y raised to 2, so on as it is. Last term is also keeping as it is, C of m comma m, and the rth term can be written as C of, here m comma r x raised to m minus r plus 1 into y raised to r. Here it is x raised to m minus r into y raised to r plus 1, and the previous term is x raised to m minus r into y raised to r plus 1. Here the previous term can be written as, C of m comma r plus C of m comma r minus 1 into x raised to m minus r plus 1 into y raised to r, so on. C of m comma m, keep the last term as it is, x raised to m minus m y raised to m plus 1. So now here we are using the property of the combination, that is C of m comma r minus 1 plus C of m comma r is equals to C of m plus r comma r. By using this property in these terms, C of m comma 1 plus C of m comma 0, compare it with here m comma r, m comma r minus 1. So by using this property here we can write it as, and also you have to remember that C of m comma 0 is also equal to C of m plus 1 comma 0, and also C of m comma m is equal to C of m plus 1 comma m plus 1. All these values are becomes 1, so that we have to take an all nothing but the same. So C of m comma 0 I will write it as C of m plus 1 comma 0 into x raised to m plus 1 into y raised to 0 plus C of m comma 1 plus C of m comma 0 can be written as C of m plus 1 comma n 1 by using this property. Here the r equal to 1, that is x raised to m into y raised to 1 plus C of m plus 1 comma 2 into x raised to m plus 1 minus 2 So here we are rewriting the x raised to m minus 1 as x raised to m plus 1 minus 2 is again m minus 1. We just have to be rewriting it here into y square plus so on plus c of m plus 1 comma r. We are applying the property here also, c of m plus r comma r into x raised to m plus 1 minus r into y raised to r plus so on. Here the c of m comma n can be written as c of m plus 1 comma m plus 1 into x raised to m minus m is nothing but the x raised to 0 into y raised to m plus 1. So if we replace the m plus 1 again by the n, then it becomes c of n comma 0 x raised to n y raised to 0 c of n comma 1 x raised to n minus 1 y raised to 1. So this is the statement for n equal to m plus 1. Therefore we say that the given statement is true for all. So here, by opening the bracket and taking the powers of x and y on the RHS and applying these property, directly we have written all the things. All this simplification is not mentioned here. Directly we have written the statement directly, and the proof will not be needed. Directly you can also write like this also. So we write the statement and we prove that the statement is true. Based on this statement, we have some important notes here. So number of terms in this expansion is, here they were expansion. See here, this is the first term and this one is the second term and this one is the third term and this one will be the r plus 1th term and this is n plus 1th term. So number of terms in the expansion is n plus 1. And r plus 1th term in this binomial expansion will be considered as a general term. Here the r plus 1th term is this one, c of n comma r into x raised to n minus r into y raised to r. This will be considered as a general term, that is tr plus 1, c of n comma r into x raised to n minus r into y raised to r. So next one is, if the number of terms in the expansion is odd, suppose there is a 7 terms in the expansion, then the middle term is 2n plus 1 plus 1 divided by 2. Suppose there is a 7 terms, then the middle term is 7 plus 1 is 8, 8 divided by 2. Fourth term is middle term. When number of the terms in the expansion is odd, then add it by the 1 and divide it by the 2. Suppose the number of terms in the expansion is even. Suppose it is 2n. 2n means suppose the number of terms are 4. Then we equate a middle term, that is nth and n plus 1th term will be considered as a middle term. Suppose number of terms is 8. So that is 2n equal to 8, n equal to 4, n plus 1 equal to 5. 4 and 5 are the middle terms of the expansion. So the same meaning is also here. Suppose the number of term is odd. Suppose 2n plus 1 is 7. Then the middle term is 2n plus 1 divided by 2. That is 7 plus 1 divided by 2 is equal to 4. Therefore the middle term is 4. That is the meaning of the note 3. Now the coefficient of x raised to n minus r into y raised to r. Here the restriction for the r is greater than or equal to 0, less than or equal to n. So that indicates the number of different ways in which we can select x in the n minus r ways and y in the r ways from the n variable. Therefore the total number of selection is c of n comma n minus r. So this term is called the binomial coefficient. So the above can be extended as a multinomial coefficient. Here we find the binomial coefficient. Next we are moving to the multinomial coefficient. The multinomial coefficient is nothing but the multinomial theorem is the expansion of the x1 plus x2 plus so on xt whole raised to n. So the multinomial coefficient is given by n factorial divided by n1 factorial into n2 factorial so on nt factorial. So where n1, n2 so on nt are the positive integers, and restriction for the ni is nothing but the I is nothing but the t here. Here the I is restricted for 1 to t. So these n1s are greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to n. Here by adding all the n1, n2, nt so on n3, if we add all these terms, then we get a number of terms, that is n. These are the important 5 notes on the binomial theorem. And next we move the examples on the binomial theorem in the next session.